Welcome back, travelers. As always, we the Improfessionals here to immortalize these stories and characters and hopefully entertain along the way. Almost fucked that up there, but got through it. I'm Joseph, the DM for this campaign, Conflicts of Interest, and we are continuing once again. Over the past few sessions, the Rogue Royals successfully took out the leader of the Redwater Guild, Ronan. Spent a bit more time with the Platinum Monastery before going with Talon and, against Shaman's wishes, taking out some bandits in a much less heroic fashion, much more just straight up, we're gonna murder you. Oh, also, if you hear a dog barking, that's outside, that's not my fault. So sorry. Anyways, after taking out those bandits, the Rogue Royals, Kesh, Nura, Tarman, the three of them met the leader of the Black Parade face to face. A horrifying undead by the name of Shade, who made his intentions very unclear while shooting one of his own people in the face, introducing Tarman to the rotting corpse of his dead father, and removing Kesh's finger with exhilarated enthusiasm, and then sending them all on their way in a simple agreement that you finish what you're doing here on the continent, and then you leave and never come back, and if you do, I will kill you. So the Rogue Royals meet back up, and after getting a message from Afada, have decided that it's time for them to quest into the Underdark to find Afada, a suspicious new ally, mysterious new ally that Afara has mentioned, likely find Nura's destiny, and as well find eventually this dragon that they are supposed to eventually face in honor of the Dauntless to fulfill the final wishes of their long-dead friend Para. And so, we pick up after the Rogue Royals have made their way back to the south side of the Nido Kingdom, into the mountains separating the Nido Kingdom and the Solar Kingdom, looking for their entrance into the Underdark. So we are picking up back here. Rogue Royals, where are we at? What are we doing?
Nankesh, you wouldn't believe it. What I was told. This druid, he wild-shaped into a pickle. It was the funniest shit I'd ever seen.
You know, Nura, every time you tell a story, I start to really question if I'm just losing my mind a little more every day, or if you're actually saying the words you're saying.
If you want to talk about losing your mind, try having them stuck in your head for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, that's right, that happened, didn't it? Yeah, Shaman was in there too.
Hey, wait a second. Hey, Kesh, can you cast that on other people?
Yeah, why?
Cast it on me, John, and Shaman.
Please don't. I mean, I love Shaman, but I cannot. Also, based on what happened during the fight with Ronan, that might not be a good idea.
That is a fair point. I really don't want to know what Shaman's thinking of me right now.
Oh, you know, thing.
You really don't want to know what I'm thinking right now.
What are you thinking right now?
Wouldn't you want to know?
Yeah, that's why I asked.
I'm not telling you. That would ruin the fun.
Fun of what? I'm confused.
Oh, John, I think she's giving us the silent treatment.
Why is she giving it to me?
I don't know.
They're not giving you the silent treatment. I'm giving them the silent treatment.
You're talking, though.
Yeah.
Kind
Okay.
of the opposite of the silent treatment.
As she's just going to fold her arms and look away.
Shaman, we have to work together here so that we can figure out how to rescue your people.
Silent treatment.
How far off are we again?
Well, we're in the mountains where we know there are entrances into the Underdark. I don't think going back into that one place you told me about is a good idea, considering the Black Parade runs it, and I feel like I'm muttering. Am I muttering?
A little.
No. You're stammering. There's a difference.
Right, stammering. I feel like I'm stammering.
I know that we have to get into the Underdark. Should we do it in the morning or just do it right away?
Well, I feel like we should be fully rested.
is probably important. I can go ahead and you guys can come after.
Well, I think
Not a fucking chance.
I think we're all rested well enough. By the way, guys, I think only one of you have any injuries, but you guys have rested since then because it's been a few days.
Oh yeah, Kesh. Wait, how many days?
It's been a few days. Don't worry, we've had to deal with a certain situation. I know where we're at, vaguely.
Okay.
I'm scared.
As long as we're all staying up to date.
So we have to find our way into the Underdark. Shaman, you'd probably be good at that, right? You know, finding an entrance that isn't filled with criminals?
Where to go?
On this continent?
No.
Could you try and find an entrance?
Yes.
And she just puts her hands to her fingers to her temples.
Roll insight.
It's like SpongeBob hitchhiking on the road.
24.
Shaman, you can recognize a few different entrances, ways to find the entrances into the Underdark, typically being in mountains. One is similar to the Underdark Market. There'll be sort of tunnels that are carved in, usually man-made, that'll lead down. You can also find cave entrances, which typically don't really have safe entryways. But they are ways in. You can climb down, sometimes jump and hope there's water. And then from time to time you will find just holes that just kind of shoot straight down. These holes can be created in a variety of ways, but never is it a good thing that created those. So typically whatever's at the bottom is problematic. It can range from creatures from beyond reality to demons and devils to just really mean dwarves.
Okay, so do we remember where the Underdark Market was?
Yeah, but that was one of the ones we wanted to avoid since Shade has doesn't want us interfering with any of his business.
We could always just sneak through.
And
They did say that they wouldn't bother us, but that's also pretty close to where the Chromatic Legion is. Are we sure we want to encounter them right now?
That's a fair point.
As Tarman hears that, not right now.
To be fair, there's multiple pathways there, as you guys described, so we could just try to go down one that we assume doesn't lead anywhere towards them.
Did Mara, give you a map?
Sorry, he only gave directions. Or he didn't give he only gave it hey, come down here. So no directions.
Okay.
Damon explains the information that she knows about Underdark entrances.
That's
So
not very useful.
The Underdark Market is an option. So, what are the Rogue World's decision here? Are we going to try and find a different entrance, or do we want to go into the Underdark?
I mean,
Market, sorry.
I
the
mean,
undermarket.
I see the underground market.
Alright, then I'd be doing so stealthily.
Yeah, because the Chromatic Legion could be there, so that is the one possibility, but they don't tend to stick around there because they're psycho cultists who like to stay in their creepy caves.
Yeah.
Well, we can sneak through there.
Kesh, you have been to the Underdark Market yourself, so you actually kind of have just a general memory as to where it is. Shaman, you think you can remember geographically its location. However, Nura, you basically see it as you guys are traveling. You're the first to kind of actually see it, and you kind of point everyone in the direction. So if you guys would like to stealth your way in, I'm going to need everyone to roll stealth.
yep,
24 for stealth.
Yep.
19.
Not bad.
That's a 31.
God damn. And Shaman with an 18. So a 24, 19, 31, 24, 18. So you guys just kind of bunker down. You actually, rather than sneaking in directly from the entrance, you guys kind of find another pathway in just to keep yourselves even more quiet. As you exit, you see a variety of people, gnolls and a minotaur walking through, Goliaths, some dragonborns, some bugbears, dwarves, a lot of dwarves, some Duragar, kobolds, that sort of thing. You see the shops. You see that potion shop, the gunsmith, Marvin's Mutton over there. You see the Abathor guards with their kind of golden armors with the dagger on their chest. But with your current stealth, I'm going to give a simple roll for some of these cards to see if they... Okay. Oh, wow. So one of them got pretty close, but luckily just rolled just under what you guys had. So he, as you guys are sneaking through, one of the guards just hears something and looks, but you guys just kind of hide within the crowd. Another one doesn't seem to spot you at all, but one with a natural one, you just see this Duragar just walking and he bumps into someone. Hey, watch where you go! And this Minotaur grabs him by the face and flings him at the wall. And that was a couple feet from you, so.
Oh.
He needs some milk.
But you guys see the walls.
You really had beef with that Minotaur.
You don't see any Chromatic Legion members. You don't know if there are any in here, or if any of them would spot you. But you don't see any currently. You do see, however, multiple entrances into what appears to be pathways into the Underdark.
Which one do we go down?
Maybe we could try and analyze them and see which one looks the most traversed, or maybe the most least traversed, so that we're not as easily spotted.
Shaman, use your bread senses.
Actually, no, wait a second. Hey, Shaman, you have magic, don't you?
Yeah.
Fire.
Can't you, like, kind of hone in on Afara's
Oh, wow.
flame?
That's very clever.
Actually, now that you say that, let me check if I can.
She's just gonna put her hands together and close her eyes for a minute.
Shaman, I will allow you to roll Arcana with your proficiency. You can add your proficiency to it, and you're gonna have to sacrifice 1 key point.
Actually, no, wait, hold on. I'm gonna help that key point. I'm gonna pray in some way.
What
to help.
is proficiency? What is
Whatever.
proficiency?
Proficiency.
Is there
So
anyway?
your proficiency will be on the first thing with your like stats and stuff, and it'll say proficiency plus whatever, and you add that to it. And
It should be +4.
since Nura is also choosing to pray to Cord to kind of help guide your power, I'll give you advantage. With an 11, you try to hone into your father's elemental flame, but you can only seem to sense all the various flames all throughout the Underdark, specifically these areas, and throughout this market. However, with an 11, I will say there is one pathway you do not sense any fire down. So, in the general, like, open area, you don't sense anybody coming through, you don't sense any civilization, you just sense a pathway. You do not sense any flame down that specific pathway.
So the pathway we don't want to go down, or what?
Yeah, that's up to you. You don't know. It could be a way to avoid people, or it could be, a way to get lost. But as far as you can tell, there's no people there, which could either be a good or a bad thing.
Okay, we'll try one more time.
Okay. So this would be
21.
okay. So with Nura's divine intervention through his god, and through you kind of focusing in, you will have to use another key point for this, by the way, if you're going to do it again.
That's fine.
You do sense a familiar flame. It is far down, but you can tell which path would lead to it.
Okay, I think I've honed in on him.
She's gonna point down the tunnel where she sensed him from.
All right, let's go.
Who would like to roll perception?
I will.
Okay, Tarman called it. Roll perception.
I'm gonna
16.
Go ahead, David.
I'm gonna pull a torch down my bag and light a torch for us.
Oh. So 16, Tarman, as you're kind of guys start to look in, you do notice, and with that torch, it's even more noticeable for you, Tarman, that this entrance, of the many entrances you see, you notice as you touch the walls, you kind of pull your hands away, there's the stickiness to it. And as you kind of move further in, and you do this again, some of that stickiness comes off of the walls in strands. And as you move further, you can see these strands thicken and form cobwebs along the walls.
Oh no, we're in a sex dungeon.
No.
What?
I hate this.
We're in Oregon.
And another thing you notice, Carmen, as you're entering and you see these kind of cobwebs along the walls, you also feel a chill as you move further in. Kind of just this, like the air seems to just get colder, which can of course be attributed to going further deeper. You assume that you're moving further in to the Underdark, this pathway, though it's kind of hard to tell when you're just walking straight through this tunnel. It seems this tunnel is heading down.
Shaman, is the Underdark always so cold?
Not normally, actually. It's kind of warm sometimes.
I assume that would depend on your exact location, because the further down you'd be closer to the molten, you'd be closer to the molten parts of the earth or the world, and further up, of course, it'd be colder because there's no sunlight, things like that. So we could be dealing with something like that.
That's a nerd alert.
Yeah, I was gonna. Sorry, my nerd is showing.
You it was a forest flame you could feel, right?
Yes,
You sure?
positive. It was familiar.
Well, if it's a familiar flame, it'd be a fara.
Be bad familiar.
Like what?
My brother.
Arthur. Well, if Arthur is down here, Afar would have to be somewhere near him, right?
Yeah. There are giant spiders down here, if you guys don't know.
Hey, Tarman, you don't think that there's a certain ghost down here? That would be bad.
What's your marching order right now? Who's in the front of our little tunnel path?
Well,
I would imagine Shaman.
Oh, I was gonna
I'm
say
in the
me because
front.
I have the torch.
Oh, you're in the front?
I'm
Okay.
behind Shaman.
Well, it's good that Shaman's in the front. Shaman, as you guys are walking, you see it before anyone else does. You see an open area.
She's gonna look in with her dark vision.
You see that this is kind of a large canyon. I forget what you would call it.
Cavern.
Cavern, yeah, a large cavern. You guys are on a wall, basically. You're at a hole in a wall, and on the other side you see another hole. And currently the only thing that is connecting this is what appears to be a wooden tree, like a tree trunk that has been placed here.
And just like below that, it's just darkness.
From any of your dark vision, that's all you can see. And you said
You might want to be.
you said you wanted to look further in, Shaman, like at the walls and stuff.
Yes.
Shaman, this is familiar to you because as you're looking at the walls, the moment you kind of look at the walls, you see something pull itself into one of the holes along the walls, and as you look, you just see large arachnids and insects crawling into holes quickly.
Oh. Okay, so like my childhood, there are these giant bugs in the wall. Don't take any notice to them.
Well, it's going to be hard now that you've told us.
Yeah, so the silk on the walls, there are giant spiders. It's like Australia, but like 10 times.
What is
What's
Australia?
in Australia?
It's heaven
Heaven
rotted.
rotted.
Just
It's
Gerald,
heaven rotted.
just Gerald. It's heaven rotted.
I just plasma
Meanwhile,
breath
I
Gerald.
said it's hell.
Yes, that's the correct response.
Need to go over the trunk. Nerd,
How
you might
far?
want to.
How far is the jump?
Down or across?
Across.
Unlikely any of you could make it.
Shaman probably could.
You
Unlikely.
said
Unlikely.
Actually, Shaman doesn't need to climb on this thing. She can just hover above it.
That's true. I can't
That
hover
is true.
above it.
She would have no impact on the weight.
Shaman is going to turn her boots on and go across the tree trunk.
You might want to wait for the rest of us in case there's someone over there.
Actually, yeah. So could I roll perception to see if there's anything? Let's see if anything's noticed us. Being
Roll
here.
perception. Actually, I'll say no. You guys know that some of these things have noticed you because some of them saw you and pulled themselves into the walls. You'd probably out of startled, being like, "Oh shit, something's coming through here."
Okay, I have an idea.
That's a very scary sentence. Go on.
Oh, this is a good idea. I'm going to hold on to the tree on this end to make sure that the weight that you three put on here doesn't make it fall down. And then you will do the same thing, and I cross on the other side.
But wait, what if it breaks in the middle?
Then we're fucked.
Then we need to do one at a time.
I mean, technically... Oh, never mind, that wouldn't work, because I'll be on the other side, and I can't give you boots, and they're also not your size.
No, you and John have small feet.
Hey! My feet are perfectly normal sized.
What size are your feet?
Nerd just looks down at
one
his
at a
size,
time.
18 feet.
We can just go one at a time.
I have 5.5 feet.
Wait, why are you
It's strange that you carry around 5.5 feet.
So Tarman,
Who's in the back?
not Tarman.
Probably me.
Cash
Sure.
cash roll perception.
Yeah.
With a 28, Cash, your ear kind of flicks as you hear what seems to be attempted quiet movement. Just footsteps. And what are the languages you know, Cash?
Let me see. It is Common and Knoll, along with Thieves' King.
So, Cash, you hear muttering in a language you don't recognize. And you hear it coming from behind you guys, but it's getting closer.
There's something coming from behind us.
Oh, who's coming from behind us?
Shaman, you want to listen in?
Yes, I shall listen in with my big old elf ears.
Roll perception.
And I shall as well, if I can.
Go ahead, roll perception.
26.
There.
We go to reality.
23.
What languages do you know, Nura?
Let's see. Obviously I know Common, Use Can't, Giant, and Halfling.
So, Shaman,
I know Elvish, Primordial, Undercommon, and Draconic. And Common, obviously.
Shaman, be it Undercommon or Elvish, you understand what they're saying. We have them cornered. The rogue royals will not escape this time.
They know who we are, and they're saying we're cornered.
They're also speaking Elvish, Shaman.
It's the Chromatic Legion, guys. They're speaking elf. They think I don't understand. They're stupid.
Is that so? Alright, cool. Nerd turns his head and his face turns yellow.
We are underground.
I hope they like a cave-in.
I hope.
Shaman is gonna speak back in Undercommon. We understand you.
Oh my god!
You all now hear a sudden, very quick footfall. Just.
Shaman, why did you say so?
Shaman, why did you say that?
They know we're here.
Okay,
Alright.
with that being said,
Yes, but
Tarman's running
everyone get
across.
Okay, hang on, guys. Tarman's running across.
They knew we were here. They didn't know.
Tarman's running across. Guys?
Can I use my Can I use fuck?
What? Guys?
Can I
Tarman.
use hands or whatever the fuck it's called to put a wall of fire up temporarily?
Burning hands. You can shoot the fire. You're not sure what'll happen. This is.
Can I not make it form it into a wall for
No,
right now?
because you don't have wall of fire. You can shoot and hope that a wall, fire happens. But
Shaman, hit the roof of the tunnel behind us and let's book it.
I'll go across.
Okay, turning my boots on, and I'm gonna use whatever the fuck it's called
Burning hands.
to do the ceiling and try to make a wall. Yeah,
I'm gonna roll athletics
Okay.
I don't need
Rolling
athletics. I got
for.
boots.
to get across this thing as fast yet safely and try to put as little weight on it as possible.
Is Shaman still near the entrance when she's casting this?
Yes.
Okay,
Alright.
17 to efficiently get across this thing.
Kesh, Shaman, are you guys crossing, I assume?
Yeah, I don't have any weight on it, so
Yes, you do not.
Yeah, so I'm crossing.
Okay, I need everyone to make dex saves.
Ah, damn it.
A 17 would be fine if you were doing this on your own. You'd be the only one who would have to make a save like that if you went by yourself. But the length of time you guys were taking. What?
24.
19.
17.
17.
John is gonna roll. Oh God.
I grab John.
Hang on. This isn't. You guys. So you guys start to run across, and you guys make it halfway across before this thing just starts to break. You guys. Let's see, who had the highest? I think Nora had the highest. Tarman had the highest. Tarman also went first. Tarman, you make it across. Nora, you grab the edge. Shaman, since you're flying, you're pretty much close across. Kesh, you're kind of right behind her. However, as it breaks, you just hear, "Guys!" As John was on the other half, as it's still breaking. And you see a bunch of Chromatic Legion Dark Elves coming, seeing the entrance, for funsies, hang on. One of them, stops and another bumps into them, and that Dark Elf falls.
Am I closest to where John is?
You would be closest, but you're not close to him.
Could I teleport to him?
You could teleport, yes, but you're not going to be able to teleport back in time.
But if I get there and could I make an athletics check to try to throw him close to Shaman?
You could try. You can certainly try.
I will do so.
If not, I'm going to jump in, grab him, and run up a wall with him.
So seeing John on the other end, I just psychically teleport to him and I'll roll, just grab him and I'm gonna try and chuck him towards Shaman.
Okay.
Chuck the dog.
23. You do manage to teleport. You grab John and you fling him at Shaman. Shaman, you have to make a dex check to catch him.
Okay. 14.
14.
Hold on.
Shaman, you managed to grab hold of him, but you're still on the falling half. Both halves are falling. Nura is clinging to the edge. Charman's the only one who actually made it across. Shaman, the half you're on now with John is falling, and Kesh is now probably 30 feet below, on the half that is broken and falling down. Both
can I chuck John onto the fucking
You can try, yeah. In fact, Nora could try to catch him, just like you did.
Oh, well then, yeah, I roll athletics to catch him?
Well, Shaman has to roll athletics to throw him.
I'm gonna help Nora.
or
You have no athletics?
no.
Okay.
Oh lord.
So, Shaman, you try to throw him. He does not go anywhere. He is on the half that is falling with you, and now it's even further down.
Can I?
Kesh,
Actually, you know what?
Kesh.
All right,
Kesh,
I got it.
Kesh, Shaman, and John are currently on the broken trunks, falling down.
I got this.
I let go of the edge.
As I throw a rope
You throw
to Nura.
I am going. Well, as much as I appreciate that, Tarman. Nura's gonna let go.
Go ahead.
Grab that.
No, hang on. Nura made his decision. Nura, you let go. What are we doing? I want to see where this
they're
goes.
falling down, right?
Yes, as just Tarman throwing the rope, and he's just like, well, Nura jumped. Let's see where this goes.
Okay, so I take out my sword. I'm using it, and as soon as I can kind of get to where the tree trunk is falling to that they're all hanging onto, I'd like to attempt to grab onto the tree trunk and shove my sword into the wall.
Okay, you're gonna have to definitely roll a strength check for this, but I'm giving you the chance.
I can go on vertical walls, right?
Yes, you can, but we're gonna get.
Can I grab John?
You're not even on a wall. You're still on a falling trunk.
Can I jump to the wall and then run up?
Well, let Nero do what he's doing first, and then we'll see.
All right, everyone. Let's hope. Let's pray.
26.
26. Nero, you grab hold of that trunk and you grab onto the wall. Except the wall that you grab hold of is not, or you stab into, is not wall 100%. You stab through and you're cutting down, and your sword kind of comes out of the wall and is instead held into thick web. And as you're dangling from this wall, Nura, you take 14 damage as this pincer comes out of the wall and stabs you in the side. And Tarman, you're seeing all of this. However, all of your allies are like 60 feet down now. By the way, you have grabbed
60 feet rope.
Yeah, you have 60 feet of rope. However, Kesh is not 60 feet down. Kesh, I need you to make a con save.
Okay.
Oh no, he fell first.
His side fell further.
12.
Okay, hang on, calculating shit. 40 damage. As you, Kesh, the trunk hits the ground and then you hit the ground.
Oh. Just hear from down there, just audible coughing.
Just an audible coughing, and currently, Nura, you cannot see what's attacking you, but you've been stabbed. You're holding onto a trunk where Shaman and John are clinging for dear life. Tarman has tossed you down a rope, Nura, but you also hear Kesh at the bottom of this canyon coughing.
Help me!
Currently, Shaman could try something. John could try, but he can't really monk well, so...
No, brother, help me.
Can Shaman somehow grab John and then run up the wall?
Up these walls, no. That's actually something important I was trying to make note of. These walls are covered in webbing. If you try to grab on, your feet are gonna get stuck.
Okay.
And as you can tell by Nura right now, this could be a problem considering there's monstrous insects coming out of the wall and trying to kill him.
Okay, so can we not, like, what the fuck can we do right now?
That's for you,
Survive.
Tarman.
Can we not grab the rope?
Oh, hold on.
Tarman.
Tarman, when he tosses down the rope, he looks down at Nura, Shaman, and John, and just yells, "Grab onto it!"
The only person who can grab onto it right now would be Nura. Shaman might be able to. John is currently still clinging to the log.
Alright,
She could run up the log, right?
Yes, she
Tarman
can. That's what I'm saying. She's not gonna have
will
it.
tell Nura to grab on. Is he holding on to the log?
He's holding onto the log, and his sword is the problem.
Okay.
Can I tie the rope to the log?
You could try to roll survival real quick. Sure.
Or tie the rope to yourself. Or to John.
Because I'm going to use my bear tattoo to pull.
Try to roll. You could try to wrap it around Nura, and then, Nura's holding on to the sword and the log, so you could try that, Shaman.
Okay, Shaman's going to wrap it around Nura.
Okay, roll survival. 'Cause I don't know how good you are at wrapping rope.
How well she is at rapping.
I'm just Shaman and not...
23.
Okay, Shaman, you do get this taut around him. Let me roll... Shaman, you take 11 damage as this small insect jumps onto your back and just starts crawling and scratching at you. And its little spiky legs just going...
Fucking ass?
And it's now on your back and biting and scratching.
Can Shaman flick it off?
It's not small, Shaman. It's the size of your torso.
Can I burn it?
You could try, but you're clinging to many things right now.
Yeah, but it'll only burn the spider, not me.
What's on your back? I'm saying you're on a log, you're wrapping a rope around Nura, and there's a bug on your back.
Shaman, as she finishes wrapping around Anura, she is going to slam her back against the log.
Okay. I guess I'll let it make a con save, but I'm not going to make it a very high con. Yeah, it does damage it. I will say that. I'll roll some damage to this specific bug. Okay, well that's a one damage. But so you hurt it a little. Tarban, you now see this. You can try to pull. Like you said, you want to use your bear tattoo to try and pull them up. You can do it.
I will. Before I pull, Tarman just yells out, "Cash! Teleport to them and grab on!"
Not happening. He is well past 30 feet.
And I can't climb the wall.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me put it this way.
guess-
None of you can see the bottom. So none of you can see Kesh.
Alright, well, I gotta get them up. Tarman, using all the strength, as he just says, "Pelor, give me strength."
Cord, give him strength.
Cord, just keep me up. No. With a 19, you do start to pull them up.
Hold on.
Yes?
I have advantage.
Okay, well, a 19 is fine, but go ahead.
19.
Yeah, 19. So, you begin to pull them up. You get them closer to like 15 feet up. Shaman could make the jump if she wants to. Nura is still... Nura, your sword is free from the wall. You can sheath it, and you can kind of help in this endeavor.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But John is going to call out, "Wait, guys, Kesh is down there."
Oh, fuck me.
I'll be
You
fine.
two up
Just get-
the...
I'll be fine. You guys make it away to safety.
I mean, I could just leave you down there.
Shaman,
Raymond John
I'll
up
find my
the
own
rope.
way.
Shaman, get up the rope.
John up the rope.
No, Nura, you and me are going to go help him.
I can help him.
I'm gonna... Shaman up the rope. Help
Shit.
Tarman.
Tarman, Shaman, find a way down.
Shaman is going to get up the rope.
Okay, make a quick dex check. It'll be fine. Just trying to hurry your ass up. Tarman, you want to help her with the bug?
I will use one of my daggers to pry it off and then just stomp on its corpse.
Okay, I was expecting you to pull out a gun for some reason. I was just like, no. So you just kick it off, and it just falls into the crevice. John and Nura, you're still holding onto the log. John is just like, okay, Nura, let go.
Yeah, this has never been a good idea. Or let's go.
John is gonna try and cling to dear life and hope that the log takes the damage.
Yeah, no, Nurse feeling the same. All right, log,
Holy
take the damage.
Holy shit, John rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
What do I need to roll?
I don't know.
Just push the log.
You're currently. Did you let go? Wait, what did you let go of? The log or?
I'm going down with him.
Okay, so you need to roll a dex. Wait, I had him roll dex. Yeah. So yeah, you need to roll either a dex or a con. I had him roll dex because he's.
I will roll con.
Yes.
16.
16. You cling. It's not going to take all of the damage for you. But
Most of it.
It's going to take most of the damage. 30 damage halved. Nura.
So I take 15 or 30?
30 is already halved. Sorry.
Oh. Still sucks, but alright.
John manages to safely land. Shaman and Tarman. We're going to get to what's going on down there in a moment. But Shaman and Tarman, you guys are the only ones who did not fall into the pit. And your allies are currently down there, and you cannot see them. And currently can't hear them. They haven't saying anything.
We're talking mad shit.
You have more rope. You can tie rope to rope to rope to rope. Make a big rope.
I only have this one.
Shaman, don't you have a explorer's pack as well?
Do I? Let me check.
It's like, oh wow, I have this ladder.
I think I do.
Okay, so you could tie those two ropes together, and that would give you 120 feet, which would get you a lot further down. Not to the very bottom, but you guys would probably be okay if you fall. It would be a lot less damage than everyone else was taking.
Okay, Tarman, hold the rope. Shima's going to tie the two ends together.
Alright.
With the survival from earlier, I'll say it's fine. You go ahead. Tarman, they missed. An arrow goes flying by your head, Tarman, as you do see that one of the Chromatic Legion is still across the way, shooting arrows at you.
Tarman sees this, as he will take out his rifle and point.
Oh my! Really? Really? The rifle?
Yep.
Go
Does
ahead.
not care where you live.
I've been wanting an excuse to use it.
What do you mean? You
Man's about to Indiana Jones.
go ahead, roll.
Yep.
Yeah. How do you, I got? You know what? I'll just you fire and some arms and feet fall down. The rest of there is no rest.
Jesus.
It's like when spoilers for JoJo. Maybe I might cut that. Avdol got killed. Just hands.
Oh man, why'd you gotta do that?
Sorry. Anyways.
But just Charmin looks at him. Yep, that seems right.
Yeah, that's a reasonable. Okay, so you two gonna start crawling down?
Charmin will think about this, just like, oh, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea, but we're all in for bad ideas. Let's go.
Down the hole we go.
So, getting to everyone else, with the Cash, you're down there and you've kind of gotten up, you're wiping yourself off, you're looking around, and with your dark vision, you just see skeletons of various races down here, covered in webs. You see a rotting, bloated corpse, and you just see like holes in its body, and you just see tiny little tiny bugs, and by that I mean the size of your palm, hand crawling out of this corpse.
How, okay, so with the corpse, could I determine like how recent that was?
Not very recent, but it seems to be currently being used as an egg sac. And those eggs are hatching as well, so that's not fun. John stands up. I am somehow alive. But Nura, you're getting up from landing not so comfortably. And you see the other Chromatic Legion member who fell, and he's trying to get up. It seems he was knocked pretty good. He's trying to get up, and then you just see this large pincer grab him by the leg and pull him into a hole. Just, ah! Sorry, pull her into a hole, because they're all women.
Oh. I'm gonna roll perception.
I'm getting my weapons ready.
Yeah, just summon weapon. John has already pulled out his weapon. He's just like, I got a bad feeling about that. Yeah, go ahead, roll perception. Yeah.
You know, Nur's also drawing his sword as, oh, well, there were some beautiful butterflies.
Yes, there is a beautiful butterfly. Or should I say a beautiful moth on the wall.
Bioluminescent moth.
You look at it for a second, and you're like, wow. And it's actually kind of looking around. And then it kind of tilts its body up, and you see its whole lower half is just unhinges like a massive sideways mouth, and it flies at your face. You need to make a strength save. You need to make a strength save real quick.
You know what I like about natural ones with perception? It's just like your ADHD activates.
Yes. But you need to make a strength save. 18. So you manage to grab this thing and fling it away from your face before it latches on. But as you fling it away, and it flies, you see a bunch. And I mean a bunch of insects and arachnids and whatever you call things with more than 100 arms, crawling out of the walls.
A problem.
All of you see these things. Shaman and Tarman, you guys are dangling. Shaman, Tarman, you guys can make your decisions as to what you want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and say for everyone to roll initiative.
So, as it looks like, it's Shaman, wherever John lands, me, Tarman, and then Kesh.
Gotta roll for John.
I have a bad feeling about this.
The initiative order is as follows. Something, Shaman, John, Nura, Tarman, Kesh, the Swarm. So before you guys, things start to happen, you guys hear like a spinning sound, and you just see one of the insects that's flying through the air stop and collapse, just kind of slam into the ground.
Oh.
Anyways, you don't know why that was. But Shaman, you're on the rope. There's a bunch of bugs. What do you want to do?
Can I start punching some bugs once I get to the ground?
Yeah, if you want to let go.
I'm pretty sure I don't take fall damage with these boots.
No, you do not.
So Shaman is going to land on the ground.
So Shaman, you let go and just hover, and you stop, and you see a scorpion just at you immediately. So, go ahead.
I'm gonna punch the scorpion.
Who the hell's interrupting my kung fu?
Oh, 14.
That does hit these things, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna have one more attack.
Everybody was
27. I'm assuming that fucking hits.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm using a key point to do the.
Okay. So no fire damage here?
I'm doing the thing so I do extra damage each turn, love.
Yeah, but you have to tell me that you're using Leaping Flame, Maddie. If you don't say it...
Leaping Flame, shit. I don't know what it's called.
And you have to loot... Well, Leaping Flame is your regular fire. You have to start with that.
Okay, well, I start with it.
And then you have to use a key point to do that. And then you have to use another key point to do the double.
Bam.
Are we clear?
Yes, 32 and 33 damage.
Yeah, Nur is experienced in fighting big things in holes.
Yes, he is.
Yay!
In
Okay.
both contexts.
So, describe how you kill some of these things.
Shaman is going to rub her hands together and they catch on fire as she is just going to barbecue these things.
So you just kind of start punching, and as you punch, each one you hit just explodes into fire. Just poof, poof, poof. Kind of fun, but it immediately starts to smell like either chicken or charcoal, one of the others. With that, John is concerned about cutting himself during this because he's afraid that he might get an infection from his sword being down here, but he's going to do it anyways.
The Red Cross would love John.
Wow. Jesus. Okay, so John manages to take out a couple of them, just kind of moving through, slicing after he slices his wrist and that lightning starts firing off. That brings us to Nura.
I'm gonna say that Nura, at this time, would like to graciously, and without inconvenience, lose his shit.
So
Yay.
you just cry out and just getting some of the bugs' attentions as your tattoos glow and the storm goes overhead. Some of these stupid things are going to try to make con saves, I guess. And, that's a 6, so they fail. Go ahead, roll that lightning damage.
2d6 in your nuts.
Do bugs have nuts?
Don't know, but they all take 7 damage.
That's good, that's good. That's good, so you kill a few of them.
Let's go. You wanna know how I can end? You wanna know how I can end the bugs and ourselves all in one foul swoop?
No.
No.
I like
face
that you
turns
add
yellow.
and ourselves.
No. Okay, Nura, what do you want to do now that you've killed some of them and there's still plenty more coming?
I'm gonna use one of my actions to roll perception to look for a way out of here.
Okay.
28!
With a 28, you're just looking around. It is dark down here, but luckily your lightning is flickering overhead. By the way, Tarman, this is a predicament for you. It's not going to hurt you at all, but you're kind of in the middle of his lightning cloud, so it's just a little perturbing.
Just like in the lightning cloud, he sees little lightning people going, again with him.
Yes,
Why does he have to keep summoning us?
Little lightning angels just throwing down your lightning for you.
It's just like tiny chords, like, and then them just like talking. Why does he keep doing this?
Anyways, you look across, Nura, thanks to your lightning, you're able to see, and you do see a single cave exit. Hundreds of feet in the other direction past an entire army of bugs.
Oh, of course. It's on the other side of all the fucking bugs.
Yes.
Bugs.
Oh.
Why do they have to be bugs?
It could have been. Would you have preferred this to be a giant bit of snakes?
Yeah.
I mean, snakes.
Yes,
It had to
actually.
be snakes.
In real life, yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
You just guys accidentally came across the home of the Orochi.
Oh,
Man, I'll fight Orochi if it means I don't have to deal with spiders.
Okay, wait a second. If I use my beam here, will it cause a cave-in? But if I'm like only aiming at the ground and trying to get us like a way through them.
You have no idea how the interior caves will react to a powerful blast of energy. You have no safe way of assuming that. You could certainly try it, but I cannot promise no cave-in. Now, technically, you guys could all survive the cave-in, and you guys would all be injured, but it would end the fight really quick. But it could also block off your only current exit. I'm not saying not to do that, by the way. I'm game.
And also, like, us being injured in the Underdark is not
Never been a good thing historically.
Well, it's not like you're not going to leave this fight injured anyways, but yes.
That's a fair point.
But it's like, at least it's not falling
If things
off.
start to get really bad, take the risk, I'll say that. But right now, maybe not. But if you want to, go ahead.
Alright, well, I'm gonna make at least everyone aware of the cave entrance on the other side.
Okay, so you point it out, and you still have your tools.
Yep. So here comes my one and only attack.
Why one and only?
Because I used my other action to roll perception.
No, I'll give you that for free.
Oh, well, aren't you nice?
No.
Okay. Now another one.
Ice the dust.
Oh. You know what? I hit one.
You do?
I hit one. I'm just gonna go with that. I hit one.
Why the fuck would you roll a natural 20 for that? You fucking...
No.
See, I don't like.
This bug entered the Matrix.
19 damage to some poor soul.
Okay, well, this is only one of them, thank God. So it shouldn't be that much damage. So that's 12, 12 damage, which is just going to be 12 damage because you were raging.
Oh.
So
Okay.
that brings you to 69. Nice.
Yes. Also, when I'm raging, you are taking into account my armor class goes up to 21, yes?
Yes, they hit you. They rolled a natural 20.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So 21, correct?
Yes, 21 as of right.
Yep. Okay. Well, you obliterate some of them. Tarman, from the vantage point of rope, with the mini bugs, what would you like to do?
So, I would like to take a page out of Dark Souls books.
Oh no.
And
That's the scariest sentence I have heard all day. And
I would like to swing the rope in a certain direction, and I would like to jump off and just do a attack landing to try and lessen my damage and also attack something.
Would you like to swing towards the crowd or away from the crowd?
Swing towards the crowd like the swarm?
Yeah. More likely. It's more likely it'll work. I'll say that. But it's also more likely that you're going to take a lot more damage on your turn.
Could I do it on Big Boy?
What big boy?
Who's Big Boy in the fucking order?
Big boy?
Oh, man.
There is no big boy. There's just the swarm.
No, you said something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't said what that is. None of you guys know what that is.
Alright.
Harmon is
Can I try away from the swarm?
Yes. You will have to make a dex check to get it right.
19.
19, so yeah, you're gonna land on one of these successfully. So roll damage. You're just gonna say that's a successful land. Just straight down strike.
As I will slam down Swift Silver on it, my cutlass.
The cutlass.
16 to hit.
Yep.
Alright, the damage. 34 damage.
34. Okay. You kill that one.
As I slam down onto it and it just takes the blunt of my fall.
Yep. No damage.
As I hit and land on the ground, I rush forward and swing at another.
Okay, very smart. Very smart.
25.
25. That'll hit.
And for my bonus action, I'll swing once more.
Cool.
25. 62 added them together.
You just cutting through pretty quickly, pretty precisely. All good things. Kesh, it has come to you.
Yay.
I was the first.
I fell down this pit first.
Fight me. Okay.
So I'm gonna summon my longbow and I'm gonna start taking shots at the swarm.
The swarm. Very good. Oh! Oh yeah. Also, this episode definitely has to be called like Beware the Swarm or some shit.
Yeah.
Natural 20 though, very good.
Yeah. 2d8 plus. That's 32, which doubled comes up to 64.
Oh man. Wow. Beautiful.
Gonna take the second shot.
Okay.
24.
That'll hit.
That's 30 damage.
30 damage. Very good.
And for my bonus action, is there any like rocks or where I can hide behind?
Yeah. You could try and find a space in the chaos for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll do that and roll stealth.
Okay.
23.
Okay. Not terrible. So you just pull back your thing and it fires through and it just kind of goes through multiple of them and they just all cease to be and you just like they just collapse and you do this to a bunch of them, but your one shot is just a massive force blast, so it just topples a whole crowd of them. Okay, so that's Shaman. You take 29 damage. Okay, so John is being hit by some of them. We're moving over to Nura. You take a total of 29 damage, so halved already, so good damage. What the fuck? Okay, so I'm sorry in advance, Jay. 2 of them rolled natural 20s. On the bright side, 1 of them missed. So that is 66 damage. Yeah, like I said, 2 of them crit, so it's a lot of damage. Would have been a lot less without that. Anyways. Moving to Kesh, they have to find you first. Luckily, they don't have great perception. Oh, come on!
Yeah, figured.
It's a natural 20.
Yep.
Which means it alerts its friends too. God damn it!
They are alpha blood, bro.
While you have come into their domain, they seek blood.
Listen. All we want to do is cross a bridge. We didn't want to enter your home.
For real.
Yet here you are.
We were here to build bridges, not burn them.
Okay, you have an opportunity attack against one of them.
Okay.
And one of them, what the fuck? One of them crit you. Why?
Oh my god.
Dice Spot's like, yes, perfect. 23 to hit.
Roll damage.
15
that leaves
damage.
the cantrip. Ooh, okay.
15 damage, okay.
Wait, whose turn is it right now?
Oh god. Oh no. These crits are making this dangerous.
Whose turn is it right now?
The swarm.
These bugs are dangerous.
Well, that's 41 damage, Kesh.
Dang.
Okay, so you guys also notice, however, as they're attacking you, Shaman, you actually notice, you hear the sound of like something get tossed, and you see one of them kind of like move, and you just see them get pulled away from you. And then another one, you just kind of hear a noise, and you guys see another one kind of get knocked out of the air and hit the side of a wall and just die.
Oh? What's going on here?
That said, Shaman, it's your turn.
I'm going to punch more of them in the face.
A bold strategy, but I'm here for
That's what I do best.
As a monk, that is not untrue. Damn.
14.
That hits. So.
I'm gonna use the key point to do 2 more attacks.
Okay.
18.
Very good.
19.
Very good.
Time to punch some bugs.
Time to punch some bugs.
They call me Raid.
Wait, are you doing another double damage? Because you have to use another key point for that.
Yes.
Okay. Shaman, you might be able to end this right here and now. With the...
Come on, Shaman.
More damage.
I believe in you.
do it.
Let's do it.
Forget about it.
Get it.
Damage.
Would you like to enter, after you guys leave here, would you ever like to enter the Underdark again? Forget about it. Should probably end this. She probably finishes this off. Yeah. Yeah, already. Yep. Shaman, for one big final attack to burn away the last remaining ones in your way, what do you do?
Shaman is just going to clap her ass cheeks. And I'm kidding.
Shut up!
She's just gonna clap, and a wave of fire is gonna go out and just go to all these bugs and burn them to crisps.
So, as you guys are kind of getting to the end, there's just a handful of bugs in the way. You see this large ungulate type bug just crawl out and roar, and Shaman's just like, fuck this. Just slams her hands together, all of the bugs ignite, that one ignites and just explodes into fire. The pathway is clear, but you still see more bugs crawling out of the walls. So
we run, basically.
Yeah, you guys running? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm dashing.
Yeah, I am also running.
Is Tarman
I activate the coat of haste, and I will grab Johnny Boy.
John's just like, oh no, actually.
And just dash.
Tarman, you don't see John.
Perception check.
Let's
Because I'm getting John out of here.
You don't see John anywhere, even with a 25. But you don't hear any screams or anything either.
Where's John?
You just hear bugs coming out of the walls rapidly.
What do you mean? I thought he was right behind you.
He's not around me.
John!
Bugs out of wall.
We have to go.
Damn it. I'm running.
You run through the hole. Shaman is the only one who has not said what she's doing. Tarman comes running past you, and Shaman, you see the bugs are just... This cavern is filling back up really quickly.
Shaman is going to run into the hole.
You guys run into the hole. And you hear this sound after you guys are a little further away, and you just hear muffled sounds. You don't hear them coming in anymore, or being able to follow you. Just silence for a moment. But you guys just run and run and run until you guys feel like you're safe. You're kind of in this open area. There's a few crystals, Underdark crystals on the wall, so you guys can see clearly enough down here in this particular area.
As
Catching your breath,
Tarman
all
will
injured
fall.
as fuck.
Tarman will fall on his butt and just take a breath.
Leaning up against a wall.
Where the hell is John?
I don't know, and that kind of concerns me.
Kesh, you hear a sound. Not far from where you're specifically standing.
I summon a dagger.
You summon the dagger. You take 8 damage.
Well, I'm down.
You all see a blue flame burst from the darkness and erupt over him.
Oh.
And all of you have a panic until the fire comes off of him and you see Kesh frozen in place.
Uh-oh.
What the hell?
You all
Kesh?
You all look as you hear a figure walking out. You see their hand raised, they lower it. You see them hold 2 axes attached to a chain as they detach them, and they get into a pose as their body ignites with this blue flame. You see a skeletal figure in this leather armor and common clothes with these large battle axes and this blue flaming skull. You see ice across his body, and you just see him there posed in this stance. If anyone would like to roll insight or perception right now.
I don't think we need to. I think we know who this is.
Tarman will roll perception.
Okay.
Also,
roll
Tarmin is
history
getting
because
up.
we've met him before.
Tarmin, with that roll, the stance he's in, the way his blades are placed and the way his legs are placed, this individual seems to be in a completely defensive stance, either ready to charge the moment is necessary or attack if approached. That said, would you guys like to roll initiative?
Hold on.
Okay.
Tarmin will raise his hand up and just say, "No one attack." Tarmin will slowly approach, but a good distance away.
Stop where you are.
The ghost of Iyora.
So Nura, Shaman, what are you guys currently doing as you're just standing there? What is your body language?
Don't know.
Ura's is probably the same as Edward's. He's very much in a defensive position, not wanting to provoke him, but definitely prepared to take a provoked action.
After a moment of examining you all, the figure, the ghost of Iyora, he slides back into a more standing position. Calmer, but still clearly on edge himself as he's wielding these weapons, but he looks to Kesh. Kesh, you are up with 1 health. This kind of steam rapidly comes off of Kesh as the ice dissipates. Kesh, your body is burning. It's not like it's not a wet cold, it's like a dry ice cold all across your body. Your skin feels like it's stinging, and you couldn't breathe. So the moment it's gone, you're just gasping for breath.
Yeah, just clutching my chest. Just.
You can call me Edward. Edward Connors. I'm a person just like all of you. Well, not just like all of you.
You look cool. Literally.
Follow me. As he walks away from all of you.
Where did you take John?
The worshipper of court being impatient. Shocking.
We would like to know because he's my
you're gonna
boyfriend,
give me the cold shoulder.
and I love him very much. Is he okay?
Follow.
Guys, we're in no position of bargaining.
Yeah.
I am following.
Yeah, Ura's
He
following.
leads you guys just
Tarmin follows.
Okay, he leads you guys just a little way away, and you see John, mask off, you see him unconscious. And Edward, as he has called himself, the ghost of Iyora, Edward, he approaches and he grabs hold of John's shoulder. Wake up. As he tugs him, and John comes to consciousness. As Edward, where John was laying, Edward sits on that rock. And as John looking over at Edward, just his eyes widen, and he kind of comes back to you guys. Good to see that you keep the dog on a short leash. Wouldn't want another incident.
Look, it's not his fault for that. And also, I talked to Fang, and I think he's a little bit more understanding.
I apologize. I wasn't sure how you'd respond to me. Had to make sure I had the advantage and could bring you all down if it came to it.
Now you're cool, we're not gonna hurt you.
He looks to Kesh. Be thankful I'm choosing mercy this time. Don't have to call me curiosity just yet.
You did not just make that joke. That was a terrible joke.
As Tarmin looks at him, I understand that you probably don't like, well, most of us.
You know, at first I didn't trust any of you, mostly due to your backgrounds. But I decided to trust you after all the good you had done. However, my suspicions grew when you started coercing with criminals and murderers. Like that group I killed near the barbarian lands. Or that bandit crew in the forest. And then, you picked Talon, the one I followed to the continent with the intent to kill in the first place. To get you face to face with the leader of the Black Parade. What deals did you have to make to get them off your backs?
I will be completely honest with you, Edward.
Kitty lost a finger.
The only deal that we made with them was a truce. That as long as we did not interfere with them, it would no longer send bounties after us.
And we'd have to leave the continent.
Ted lost his finger.
Cash did actually lose a finger to him, yes.
Edward just looking at Cash, looking at his hand. No other deals.
I didn't go, so I have no
No
idea.
deal.
How do I know I can trust you?
Considering I lost the fingers to the Black Parade.
I didn't go, so I don't know.
He stands back up. He looks at Shaman. He just calmly says, "Shh." But Shaman, like frost, creeps up your hands. I know you didn't go. There's something else I have to show you all. As he just walks, he walks further into these caverns.
Charmin follows.
Follow.
Oh, does John need help walking?
No, John's okay. He got knocked out, but he's all right.
All right, cool.
You guys follow the ghost of Iyora, Edward, and he doesn't say anything to any of you for a good bit. He places the axes on his side. He still seems ready to attack if necessary. But he leads you to what appears to be a small camp. A small little, setup. And you see someone laying on the ground with a blanket over them. And you see their brown hair burned, a bald spot on the back of their head where their skull and skin has been singed. As he looks to you, Tarmin. She's been saying your name since I saved her.
Is it Vanessa?
As Tarmin rushes over,
It's Vanessa!
Tarmin, as you approach, you see, and you move the blanket down, you see her back burned to the point of extreme severity, burns on the back of her arms, burns around the sides of her face. She's skinny, she's pale, her hair has been burned extremely short. But she is breathing. And as your mind recalls what happened, the fire overcoming her, it clicks in your head. The fire that you saw overwhelm her body was not the blue flames of the dragon, but the blue flames of the ghost of Iyora.
Shit! It's
Vanessa's alive! She's alive!
Vanessa.
Edward sits down. I was watching, approaching to intervene in the fight against the dragon. I only had enough time to put up a small wall of ice, and then flee with her into the forest.
As you see tears come down Tarmin's face,
The tiger babies are back! Tiger babies!
as you see Tarmin stand up slowly,
Tarmin,
approach. Hold on. Approach Edward as he kneels.
Oh shit.
Don't do that. I'm not a hero.
To me, you are. You saved her.
Only 3 months ago, I wouldn't have hesitated to kill you.
Understandably so. Hell, I don't blame you if you want to kill me now. Anything you need. Anyone you need gone. You have my blade.
If I need someone gone, all due respect, I think I can take care of it myself. As he stands up, now that I've broken the ice, we need to discuss you, little fireball. As he looks to Shaman, and your adoptive, quote-unquote father, who's asked me to help you liberate your people.
Well, it would be nice having some help against Arthur.
Right, your hot-headed brother. Let me make one thing clear. As he does approach you, Shaman, and he just looks at you, And even though his eyes are completely hollow, you feel the stare. You have a tendency to avoid killing. Let it be known if I come face to face with him, he is dead, and you will not get in my way.
And if I do?
Consequences. But all of you have come to face your destinies down here, haven't you?
You know where it is, don't you?
He nods.
He's just like, you know where the fuck it is.
He nods.
Where?
Beyond the city. Further down. I can lead you there. But here, my god has informed me that my intervention in your destiny would be against your god's wishes. So the fight will be yours and the Rogue Royals alone. It's Tarman.
As Tarman hears that, it's okay, Vanessa. I'm right here.
And Tarman, she, as Edward had said, she's been muttering your name a lot since he rescued her. But with your response back, her eyes open and you see the tiger-like eyes that you've only seen a few times, but they look right at you. Tarman? And that's where we're going to end the session.
Whoa.
How does everyone feel? How are we doing?
Wow, that's an emotional roller coaster.
Unexpected.
Well, she's alive.
Okay, well, thank you guys for playing. Thank anyone out there who listened for listening, and we will see you for the next session. Stay adventurous.